there, basically.
All right, it is 7 PM on December 30th, 2024. We're gonna open the administrative board meeting. Roll call, please.
I have trustees Chris Samples.
Here.
Don Talbot.
Here.
Jen Christensen. Here. Bill Motisi.
Here.
Nathan Maz is absent. Patrick Yarlow.
Here.
President Rick Worm.
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onabini is absent. I clerk Sandy Maz am here. Public Works Supervisor Brett Fergie.
Here.
Parks Lead Brody Cook.
Here.
And Engineer Matt Hanson.
Here.
All right, tonight on the consent agenda, we have a whole 2 items. First item is the November 26, 2024 administrative board meeting minutes. Item 2 is bills payable warrant list dated for December 30th, 2024 for a total of $98,299.07. At this time, do any of the board members wish to remove either or all of those 2 items for further discussion? If not, we'll entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1 and 2 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as a consent agenda.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to place items 1 and 2 inclusively as a consent agenda. Chris seconds. Roll call, please.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan's absent. Patrick,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
That motion passes 701. Move on to the second motion.
I move to adopt items 1 and 2 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedures specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
John?
Yep.
Yes.
Jen made a motion to adopt items 1 and 2 inclusively as a consent agenda. John seconds. Roll call, please.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan's absent. Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
That motion also passes 701. Do not need item D on the agenda. Underneath me, we still do not have somebody for planning and zoning commission chairperson. Nobody wants to step up. Move on to Sandy.
I'm gonna actually kind of do mine and Brenda's together. So Brenda just wanted me to let everybody know, thank you for doing your sexual harassment training. We do have one trustee who still has not done their training. I did text that person earlier today. If the training is not completed before this week is out, Ansel Blink will be here on January 14th, plan for an extended meeting for in-person sexual harassment
I'm
training.
sorry, what day is that?
Yep,
January 14th.
I'll switch it around for you. So, but we have to have this completed. It has to be done by law, so if we can't get everybody to do it, then we have to pay Ansel Blink to come here. And as there's only one person left, if the rest of you guys would like to help support that person in completing this, that would be great.
We have to know who it is.
I'll tell you after the meeting.
I'll work with the person as well.
I did text the person and Rick has offered to help that person as well. But you guys need to encourage each other to make sure that we're completing these trainings on time because they are required by law. And I don't want to pay Ansel Blink to come out here and do them in person. It was bad the first time. That's why it is now my threat for you. And then the other thing I want to talk about is when we discussed reduction of the budget expenses last year, one of the things that we cut was the cleaning services within the village. And so we have decided to take that on in person, between the Parks, Public Works and Village Hall, which means that we clean Village Hall ourselves, which we don't mind. However, we ask that you guys be cognizant of that as, there has been some food left behind when, after meetings, and so we can't have that anymore.
Accidentally. In the drawer?
Of course, but I'm not calling anybody
10
out,
days later.
calling anybody out,
Oh,
but
was he trying to crawl out of the drawer?
I,
heated it up in the microwave and had it for lunch.
thankfully, somebody found it. But regardless, just a reminder, staff does clean Village Hall, so please be cognizant and respectful of the fact that we're the ones doing this. That's all I had.
All right, Matt.
All right, project status report, Junction Way, street reconstruction, that bid advertisement was in the paper today, and the bid opening is scheduled for January the 21st.
What time is it?
You know what, I didn't get the time, and I'll show you what time it is.
Give me 1 second, I can look that up for you too.
Like 10 a.m. every time.
Usually we do 10 or 11.
That might be longer. You said the 19th?
21st.
I'm sorry, 21st. Ooh, I want to do it on my calendar. All right, give me a second and I will get you that.
Never mind. Yeah, counts right here. No. I just wanted to see the two things. That part was a game.
I actually think we selected that date a while ago. Oh. You know, his email also does not say just as the 21st.
Probably 10 o'clock. Go by 10 if it stays.
We'll get it to Sandy and
Yeah, I'm just looking at my emails with Andy and it's just as the 21st.
nothing with the salt shed sidewalks, nothing with Village Hall or Plat 10. Rebuilt downtown and Main Street, we're just getting got all of our approvals with IDOT taken care of, we're just, getting the final street lighting plans from our electrical consultant, getting those incorporated. They'll work through a bid schedule for the subdivision infrastructure improvements, that's everything that's gonna be in the public right away. Probably a bid advertisement on the 13th of January, pre-bid meeting on the 22nd, bid opening on the 6th, and then the Gateway subdivision lot 1 building and site improvements. That will be advertised a week later, on the 20th, pre-bid on the 29th, and then a bid opening on the 13th of February, and then we'll work at getting hopefully both contracts awarded after that. The pre-bid meeting is just gonna be, part of it is just gonna be going over the scope of work with the contractors, but the other part will be going through the, BEP requirements that the contractors will have to meet for the grant portion of the project, make sure that most of the contractors now that have bid enough of these rebuild projects know what they need to do, but just gotta reemphasize it to them, so. The Osley grant, project, they're working on finishing the final plans and project booklets. Didn't give me a date, but he said it'd be early, February, be advertised and bid opening, later in February. The Rolling Meadows had a, want to report anything on that?
We just, before this meeting, Matt, Pat, Fergie, and Rick and myself just met and we'll see if we can find a way to continue moving this forward or just discussing if it's still a feasible project for us. That's it.
The wastewater treatment plant NPDS permit renewal, I'll be working on that this month. Should have it ready and get it over to Bill for signature and stuff, and we'll get that submitted by the end of the month. NICOR permit, do you want to keep that on the
Did
list?
you guys do another inspection to make sure everything was everything was completed?
Yeah, check with-
If you guys can do an A-OK and send me an email that says that everything they did was
Okay.
compliant, then yes, we can take it off the list.
with Dale there and see if we can get somebody out there to do that inspection. And then the solar permit request, we did get the little update from there, we did get the revised drawings. Aaron's reviewed that and we have sent a second review letter back to Sandy, so I don't know if that's been. sent
Yep,
on.
I forwarded that on to them this morning.
Okay.
So,
Mark seemed pretty happy with the language added.
Mark has not seen it yet. We're still
No, no.
working.
From previously, what vegetation we talked about last time.
We have not seen that yet. We also, so the Sedum Solar Project has Willett Hoffman working on one side, BNF working on one side, and the attorneys working on one side. And the only person that they seem to be focusing on at the moment is Willett Hoffman, so we're slowly working through the other two as well. But I did receive the comments back from Willett Hoffman and I forwarded those out this morning.
Moving on. Is it for me?
All right.
I did confirm it's 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Yes, I just went and looked at the newspaper.
Jen?
Our discussion on the sesquicentennial event, we have another meeting on Thursday. So hopefully we will be able to knock down some more things, maybe. There's not really any different or changes or any information, I think, from the last time we met. Think you have anything? Any other anything? I don't think there's anything different.
Just that one really cool firework.
Yes,
Maybe. You gotta pass the next item first.
Yes.
okay, I have a resolution, the fireworks display contract was in the packet from Doug Moser for our sesquicentennial. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2457, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of firework display contract service agreement to engage services of RKM Fireworks Incorporated for 2025 sesquicentennial event.
I'll second.
Jen makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-57. John seconds. Any discussion?
Read it over. I didn't really understand what we're getting except for a fireworks display. Did it say how much, what, is it?
Well, the video we sent, we discussed was like 80, was it 8,500?
8,500.
I know that's the price, but they don't really tell you in the contract that was in the packet what you're getting except for a fireworks display. If it's the same as what we get for the 4th of July, but at half the price, I'm great with that.
No,
But,
it's gonna be a little different.
but it doesn't really tell you in the contract that I can find what you're getting, but a fireworks
It
display.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't.
So normally, I think what's missing from this than over our normal ones is that there is a page in the back of the contract for our July 3rd ones that show what it is we're receiving, and that is not in this.
Right.
contract.
Do we-
I can ask him. If like there's a number count of how many,
I don't know, did he say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, did he? I know I remember the
He
the
did-
video, I
he
just don't
did
know what we're
ask
getting from
him
this.
and I did have a conversation about time, and I think I said like 20 minutes.
Yeah, normally there's a page in the back that is missing.
And I didn't see him have anything like
Shall
that.
we
in
table
there.
this, do we have that?
I'd be fine with the motion to table. Or if Jen wants to withdraw her motion.
Well, I mean. Never mind, okay, I don't care, it seems, if we could approve it contingent upon something,
Upon the receipt of the final
Yeah.
page of the agreement.
yeah, I mean, that's fine with me. I just wanna know what you're getting.
Do you want to amend your motion then to
Yes.
make it to approve the resolution contingent upon the receipt of the final page of the agreement? Showing the display. You can just say.
I would like to amend my motion. That for whatever Sandy said,
As
that for-
stated.
as stated by Sandy.
That'll
Second.
work.
If you need it, I don't.
All right, so Jen makes a
Yeah.
motion to, with the approval of resolution 24-57 to amend it to include the final page showing what the display will be. Chris seconds. So we have to vote on the amendment and then we go back to the original motion. So all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're back to the original motion.
So now.
Any further discussion?
That's, I don't want to.
All right, and call it. This is money.
Yep, this is on the original agreement with the amendment. John?
Yes.
Nathan is absent. Patrick? Chris?
Yes,
Jen?
Yes,
Bill?
Motion passes 7-14.
like their fireworks display.
I know, Rick sent me a video of something he found he liked. I sent it to Doug. Well, what Rick had found was a 16-inch. One that needed a lot more airspace than what we have, and Doug's not even, his license doesn't even carry one that big to shoot off. He's like, that's a big one.
Oh, it's beautiful though.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Flight path from the Rockford Airport.
We take our aircraft.
Well, it was called a rainmaker. So, but it was beautiful, but it was,
I sent it to Sandy, she got to see it too.
But yeah, so,
All right, any further?
nope, that's all I have.
Chris?
I don't have anything, nobody told me there was any emergency
We
expenditure.
do not have any.
Alright, there you go.
Bill?
Man,
You're Nathan.
If somebody wants to make the motion, Brody can talk about
I
it.
make a motion to approve resolution 2458, a resolution approving and adopting an amended village park system advertising policy.
Second,
Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-58. John seconds. Discussion on the policy?
I mean, if you want to add anything outside of what was in the agenda packet, if anybody has questions.
This is just for you to, so you can approve it, it doesn't take as long to tell somebody they're okay.
Basically just changed it.
I didn't really know if it really, I mean, I assume anything that has, somebody has a controversy with, they'll come before the court, but other than that. I see no reason why you can't do that,
Pretty much just streamlining it.
that works for me.
Mm,
Do it.
and that part.
I saw the change in the price.
Yeah. Yeah. the price and
I didn't have a
changes
big
and stuff.
deal.
It's a little steep for a lot of the, companies and stuff that are around here that want to sponsor.
Get more advertisers, all the better, right?
Yep.
Any further before we go to motion? Or vote? That's not money, so we can do roll call, or not roll call, but, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? 716 passes.
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 2416, an ordinance amending chapter 30, article 2, section 30-32, special park use permit for the Village of Davis Junction Code of Ordinances.
second,
Chris makes a motion to approve
That's all
ordinance
right.
number 24-16. Jen seconds. Discussion?
This was basically just a couple of the changes. We ran into a space issue, as far as 10 acre goes between leaving it to sports facility and having too many fields, and then also still having it be a park. And then, that also included some of the fee changes, correct?
No, that was the fee changes were only on the other one. This
That-
one, yeah, this one also does something similar to the park advertising policy though, and it moves the special use park permit to be approved. To first go through the lead or supervisor and then be approved by the trustee without coming before this board unless there's an issue.
Streamline process.
It's really it, and I think I mentioned this on both of the agenda summary item reports for both of these items, is when we first adopted these, we didn't have the staff that we have now. We didn't even have a parks department until 2015. And so some of these are just holdover language from when we didn't have the staff, but now that we do, there's no reason that the lead and supervisor cannot be taking on those roles.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 718. On to page 2.
I don't know if Brody had anything else.
Nope. I know
Oh, tell me what you do. All right, we'll move on to John.
So you need a motion for A, or we already went on?
No, A is an error on the agenda, please disregard. It took me a while to find and confirm that we had already done that, so I'd rather have had it on the agenda than not need it, but we did do that in March of 2024.
That being said, I'll move on to B. I'll make a motion for resolution number 24-60, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of quotation from Mobile Electronics for purchase and installation of lights and radio for Public Works Department's 2022 Chevrolet 6500 bucket truck.
second,
Just need a confirmation that's to approve the resolution.
Correct. Motion to approve the resolution.
All right, John makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-60. Jen seconds. This is money, so discuss.
Brad, do you have anything to add?
Nope, this is, basically, this is the upfitting, we're continuing with the upfitting of the new truck, so, this is the light bar, rear side lights, and our radio. So, just so everyone understands, they did see, just one quote on this. I did look around, Mobile Electronics has been the company that has done our radios and our lights now. They do our repeater, they do our truck radios, they've upfitted the last 3 trucks with lights and radios. Great company, so, and it's not something you find down the street, so it's kind of a little bit specialized work, so.
I appreciate the phone call this morning too, thank you.
Thank you. So anyway, that's all it is.
Roll call.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes,
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yeah.
Nathan's absent.
That's
That's all I have.
7:20.
You have anything?
Nope.
Nope, that's it.
Patrick,
Make a motion to approve resolution number 24-59, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of proposal from Procom Systems, Inc. for installation of door fob system on MMC sludge digester
finally.
and disinfector buildings at wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Patrick makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-59. John seconds. Any discussion?
Yes, I do want to discuss that this did come in just squeezing under budget. We did budget for this for this current fiscal year. As we discussed last year when we approved the one door that I needed for my files, this was the remainder of the project that wasn't budgeted last year, but is this year. So, we budgeted 28,000, but it came in at 27,881.
Don't you have to bid out ones over 25 unless you have 3/5?
Yeah, I'm gonna need you guys to do that too.
Waive competitive bidding.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. This is just the add-on to what we already have.
It
right?
is an add-on of an
Alright.
existing contract,
Let's
but that
move
is a good point.
Good to go,
So if John or Patrick wants to amend his motion to also waive competitive bidding.
as stated, Patrick.
I think we should have bidding on this. That's a lot of money and I
Yep.
think,
Then withdraw your motion.
Yep, withdraw your motion.
not withdraw my motion.
All right, I'm happy to obtain bids. The bidding is going to be doing, as you can see in my agenda item summary report, though. The bidding is going to be for the entire village because Procom is the system that we use exclusively for our fob system.
It's not
So-
an exclusive system. You could have another company come in and add key fobs to that system.
Then I have to then pay that company to put their stuff back in the village. So we used to use a different company. We went out to bid in 2020. We went out to bid on this and we let the two of them bid against each other and the other company did not win, which is why we ended up with Procom when we did go out for bid on this, on managing the fobs within the village. So I'm happy to call the other company again in the area that does manage this and attempt to get another quote. As I said in my item summary report, though, these companies usually also want to manage and maintenance the systems. And so then we will then need to add that cost in.
See if
to
they
the
can do it,
managing
and
maintenance.
ask them if they can do it as an add-on to what we already have.
Yep, I'm happy to give them a call.
Somebody in the business, they said they could come in and do this and not maintain the whole system, so that's.
Is it that same person that won't answer my phone? Yeah. Yeah, so, again, we had them competitively bid previously and they did not do well, but I do appreciate the desire to want to stay local.
But either way, we'd have to waive it because.
We have to make it either way, but I'm happy to get a
Not
second
tonight.
quote.
Withdrawn tonight.
Got it.
Do you have anything further for withdrawal?
No,
All right,
if the
Still
person
you,
making the
Patrick.
motion takes it out.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 24-61, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of quote from HD Supply Facilities Maintenance, doing business as USA Blue Book for purchase of Valvematic check valve for booster one at water plant.
Second.
Patrick makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-61. Chris seconds. You get a dollar figure on that?
There is, if you want to look at the agenda item summary report that I gave you.
But that,
Just for the public's.
that doesn't
Yeah.
tell you the
Yeah, no,
whole,
it's right there.
shouldn't
It's,
it be the whole amount though with the freight, with
So,
101?
if you
right?
actually look at the motion language that was in the agenda item summary report, the motion language should be in the amount of 27.
Plus freight,
plus freight, because freight changes,
Changing, that's
it
true.
changes
All right.
daily, so the motion should be for in that amount plus freight.
It was quoted on.
It's quoted, it very well may be, they may
Yeah.
honor that because they quoted, but
We don't
Once
wanna
again, we
lock
don't.
ourselves.
We
in.
need, we need to start getting those dollar figures back in the motions like it's written.
Yes, so if you guys wanna read your agenda item summary reports, the motion language in there is exactly what you need to pass the motion.
yeah, so.
Either way,
I'm not gonna-
we're still under discussion.
Yeah, this is basically, we have what they refer to as a gold style check, it's making noise, we've had to replace it before, well, too, so, this is basically a replacement. And just so anybody, I did get a quote back, in case anybody's curious, on a rebuild kits are almost $2,400, so, it really doesn't make a lot of sense to rebuild it, so.
For an extra $200 or $300 to get it
Yeah.
done.
That's
Once it
exactly
surpasses
why
that
when we-
50%.
When we did the last one, same thing, the rebuild kit was almost as much as the new.
Disposable.
Yes, yes, that's all it is.
Anything further? That's my roll call.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill. John.
Yes.
Nathan's absent.
Passing 726. Anything
Now
further, Patrick?
That is all I have, Brett, you have anything?
No, I think that's it, thank you.
I do have something though. What's the process to increase from 2,500 to 3,000?
You
We-
asked me to draft a motion or draft an ordinance, changing our.
Anybody opposed to raising it to 3,000 now?
What are you raising?
From
Our spending, our
$2,500
self-imposed spending
to
limit.
3,000.
In
Actually,
case you didn't know, Charles, we have a self-imposed spending limit on ourselves.
I think.
State of
I think
Illinois
actually
says we can spend as much
2,500
as
is
we want.
low.
We limit ourselves to 2,500 without board approval.
But at least 3,000. Anybody opposed? Did you already speak up now?
It's mainly the utilities and the streets that get hit with it.
Well, 25, 27, for the most part, you can't go out and buy anything of any substance that doesn't cost over $2,500. I don't wanna go past 5,000 or anything like that, but 3,000 or 3,500 is reasonable to me.
So where would you personally be at then if someone does the 3,000 but didn't get 3 bids for it?
Quotes.
Not
If
required.
it's under 3,000,
Well,
they
you
don't
need 'em
need to bring
anyway.
it to
It's
us for
under
carry.
25,000.
I mean, a perfect example is like when we have we've had our VFDs.
Yeah.
Rebuild, I mean, to rebuild them, I'm spending a couple $1,000s to rebuild them, or a few $1,000s. Which is fine, I don't mind coming to the board, it delays the process a little bit unless I do an emergency expenditure, but it's not something we have a choice. We have to do this in order for the wastewater plant to run,
Well,
so.
I would be okay with,
That's
I would be
perfect
okay with raising that dollar figure on,
How long has it been $2,500?
Actually, not long. It's
No,
not
it
as long
was-
as you
it
think
was
it was.
1,500.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it was 1,000, I think, when you took over.
How long has it been 2,500? We've had 20% inflation in the last 5 years.
Seven.
It's been here at least, yeah,
whole
it's gotta
time
be
you've
at
been
least
here.
8.
There's
Because
some-
it's been
yeah,
there, it's been the limit since I've been here too, so.
I believe, I remember.
I thought we just changed it. I'll look it up.
Mm. It's
again,
been there since I've been on.
It doesn't matter. We've had 20% inflation. Let's
Say
up
at
the
least
limit.
10 years.
20% being gracious.
Yeah, I know. But however you wanna say it, going to 3,000 isn't a huge jump, and it's on a percentage basis, you'd have to figure it out. But it's just keeping up with inflation. So,
Basically 20%.
Didn't we just raise it for the 2 departments though?
No,
We raised it across the board?
yeah, and on it, like, my department doesn't buy anything.
saying, you know, back to-
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I'm not buying. And I mean, I will, in
it's all right, we can do it across the board.
defense, the cost of mulch is also going up, so it does benefit them to some
Water
degree.
is very.
That's fine.
So, Chris, you okay with drafting this resolution to 3,500?
yeah, I would think that would be good.
Okay, and then while we're on that, does that mean you wanna raise the emergency expenditure limit then too?
We didn't we already do that?
No, it's still 10. It's been 10 since 2011 at least.
15?
I know, I had already said that we should have raised that
Yeah.
because you don't know, but that should probably go up too.
What do you want?
You're finance guy, so
Yeah, 15 then.
15's good to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll help out with the projects.
Well, when you have
Things go
construction
south.
projects, you have to have a change and you
Only the
approve it.
emergencies.
And especially, the truth is, when we're gonna do a project that's gonna be a lot of money, and while it, in the end run, it probably won't be our money that we're spending, some of it will, but not all of it. And there will be contingency built in, if you have some unexpected thing, you can easily go over that $15,000.
Well, how much does that first water break cost us compared to the second one?
It wasn't as much as I thought, though.
The second one was actually pretty
Second
cheap,
wasn't bad.
The second was pretty mild,
40, was it?
yeah,
yeah. But I mean, what's the potential on that?
yeah.
It's 4,500 for a few hours.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
The
very
potential,
smooth.
the potential
location,
goes,
but very
Very good
smooth.
money for us.
Well, it's something they don't think about, but like when the first water main break happened, when he's calling in for emergency expenditures, he's also including all of our time. Like, we had all hands on deck
Oh,
for
yeah.
72 hours straight. But
Is that when we were play calling from the house?
yes, that's
Yes.
exactly when that was.
Yes, I was a little busy.
Yes, 15
it's a
was,
fun day.
Yeah.
It's a really long day. Okay. We're good with that, so we're gonna work on that, get it drafted, because that'll come from finance.
me.
And I'm also, by the way, I'm also gonna, when I talk to the attorneys to do this, I'm also gonna ask on like the Procom quote, because we did already put it out for bid originally, and this is just an extension of that project. I mean,
Yeah,
it
you can
doesn't
ask them
harm to
on it.
do it,
I-
but
I-
I'd be curious.
Because it's a public works project, I
It
think the
is.
fact that it's over 25, even if you were doing something that's an extension, they would say that you'd have to waive.
I mean, there's no harm in
You
doing
need
something that,
that.
whether we need it or not.
Right.
Right. And we will. Still on utilities. Oh, no, we're not, we left you, because Chris had something else.
So,
Anything on economic development from anybody?
did we hear from LR at least, anything further? Crickets, or anything?
Unfinished business? Media, public? Any board members? That?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
John makes a motion to adjourn, Chris seconds, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned at 7:32.